Hi, it's Sam Musa here from Remax. Real estate agents spend a lot of time in their car driving around the community.
And did they buy the house?
They did buy that.
They bought that house?
They did buy.
Okay.
In this series, I'll be talking all things real estate with many special guests. Let's go for a ride.
We're going to talk about baby boomers, so people born between 1946 and 1964 who are going to be reaching retirement age soon. So home ownership can be a major factor in their financial stability and quality of life during retirement. Do you have any initial thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I would say the first thing is, depending on their situation, so if you're going from a two-story house to a bungalow, typically that's what most do. They go from a two-story house, then they need a bungalow because everything's on one level, and then they transition from a bungalow to a lifestyle community where, a condominium. I have many clients that we've transitioned during doing all of this, and I strongly recommend doing it on an earlier time frame. Do it when you're able to, and you're not going to have any worries. Even with aging parents and that sort of thing, it is critical to do it when you're able to do it. Then do it when you have to do it, because it's a very tough thing to do when you have to do it. It's a big deal when you're going from many clients that we've done when they go from their matrimonial home and they've lived there forever, they've got a lot of memories, and they have no choice but to move into whether it's a old age home, retirement residence, or a property that they're moving into like a condominium. It's a very hard transition. So the earlier you do that transition, the better. It is the hardest thing to do because they're so used to their home, they're so used to their space, they're so used to gardening, they're so used to doing all these things that they always want to do. And transitioning to one of these, it's a very different lifestyle.
So that's downsizing and simplifying.
Exactly.
Perfect. What about someone who is reaching retirement age and wants to buy a second home or a vacation property?
So one thing is time. If you have time, vacation property are absolutely amazing. You have the time to go and use the vacation home. A lot of times you're going to the vacation home, but you're doing grass cutting and you're doing upkeep and snow removal and that kind of stuff. Try to keep it as simple as possible so that you're not going to travel to one house, do all the work, travel to another house, do all the work there, and you're not enjoying your vacation home or your home. Try to simplify is probably the best advice I can get.
What about moving somewhere warmer?
Love it. Yeah, so if you're able to do that, a lot of people now work from home. So if you're able to go to, let's say, sunny skies in Florida, and you're going to go and you're working 5 days a week from home and you get to enjoy the sunshine, just be careful what you're buying. I always say to clients, when you're buying something and you don't have somebody on the ground that can take care of your vacation property or your house, this is where condos come into play, because you're not worrying about a roof, you're not worrying about windows, you're not worrying about major problems. They're usually covered by a condo corporation, so you're not as worried when you're traveling back and forth.
So maybe look at if you're thinking of a second vacation space, do it before you retire even.
Absolutely. Yeah. And as you grow, those properties usually escalate in value. Now they've gone crazy since COVID because with COVID happening, people wanted the vacation home. Even though they couldn't travel, they still wanted to buy.
It's like you can't buy someone buy a house in Florida. Do you know anyone in Florida?
Absolutely. So we have connections all over Canada and the US. So I do I have lots of clients that have bought many cottages on the Quebec side. I've got great agents on that side, depending on where you're buying. The key to that part is I just don't refer the name. When I refer the name, I'm referring it's coming from myself. So I want to make sure that the client is being taken care of just as well as I would take care of them. And I'm there throughout the process, and I ask for updates as my clients are being taken care of. I want to make sure that the level of service is there and my clients are being taken care of. So we not only refer our awesome clients, we refer them and we follow up with the process.
And where have you referred people to?
Good question. So we've referred someone to Netherlands recently. We've referred all over in the Quebec side, Florida many times. overseas many times, in the Middle East many times. We've referred pretty much all over the world. And agents that we pick, they're handpicked. They're people that I know personally. They're not just given a name that, oh, I hope they're going to be taken care of. It's someone that I know on a personal level that I'm able to refer our amazing clients to.
Can you explain, like, I guess the licensing is different provincially? Is that the thing?
It is. So in Canada in general, we have different rules than in, let's say, in Alberta. I have great realtor friends that are in out west or anywhere in different provinces, and we actually have a mastermind call every month, and we touch base and we talk about different markets and what they do, what we do, what we can do, what we can't do, what they're implementing, what we're implementing, and we do have different rules. So there's different rules for different provinces and for different countries.
We'll leave your questions in the comments and we'll put them in a future episode.
It's a good life at San Musa Realty.